Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As all of you know, Women in Aerospace was created in 1985 to recognize women's achievements in the sector and to promote their professional involvement and development in aerospace. The extension of the network to Europe since 2009 is a key for us to a modern and dynamic aerospace sector. This is why CNES, the French Space Agency, is corporate member of Women in Aerospace Europe. Above all, I would like to underline that the female astronauts have encouraged many young women to see the original side of space. The first notable example is, of course, cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman in space, who was appointed commander on 16 of June 1963, when she was only 26 years old. In Europe, I would like to give special mention to my friend, the French astronaut Claudie Agneray, who flew on two French-Russian missions, Cassiope in 1996 and Andromède in 2001. But space is also an opportunity of outstanding careers for women. To increase their place, we must first look at how attractive space is to them. The number one priority is, of course, motivating women to pursue space-related careers. Then we can look at their progression to top positions. At CNES, and as you know, I am president of CNES, a science education and outreach policy was instituted from the outset, and today our actions reach some 100,000 youngsters and provide training for 1,000 teachers every year. To achieve this fantastic result, a framework agreement between CNES and the Ministry of Education gives exposure to space careers in primary schools, junior high schools, and high schools. In practice, this involves training teachers, getting classes involving in space missions, and stimulating youngsters' interest in space experiments like rocket launches, balloon releases, and construction of nanosatellites. So, CNES is giving top priority to educating the young men and women who will become the engineers of tomorrow. CNES also strives to ensure a good balance between work and family life. Out of our total headcount of nearly 2,500 employees, 37 women, more than one-third, are women, and 6 sit on the 18-member executive board, a proportion of one-third, exactly equivalent to the proportion of female executive engineers in CNES, a high number for a scientific field. In comparison, the French national average of women working in industry is below 14.14%. We are all aware of the skills of CNES female experts, as it is shown by the nomination in 2017 of 2 female directors for digital technologies and operations and for orbital systems to meet the new challenges of space and drive the digital transformation of French agency. In conclusion, the relatively low proportion of women in space firms has nothing to do with their ability. In fact, not only are they very capable, especially in science where they are often top of the class in schools, but they are also regularly offer a more original and pragmatic vision than men. The problem is probably tied to society's ability to attract more women to careers in science. Since my appointment as the CNES president 5 years ago, I have made it a top priority to get the right gender balance for our sector. In this regard, let me express my very strong appreciation to Women in Aerospace Europe that is pursuing the same goal as IAF of nurturing diversity in terms of geography, generation, and gender. Thank you.